Hey, Oscar, are you a big fan of American Psycho?
I really am. Yes, Carl.
Oh, nice. You must be so excited to see a little girl kill that main character.
I really am, and I really want to. I didn't like not knowing at the end of that one, so I'm glad now. I know the plot. It's much better now.
I know. I think we all asked for American Psycho, but cheaper, worse, less murder, less comedy.
Mila Kunis.
Meg from Family Guy.
Meg from Family Guy. Get her involved.
My name is Carl.
My name is Oscar.
And this is Who Would Watch This?
Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast where we review bad films and try and figure out who would watch this.
Today we're reviewing American Psycho 2, All American Girl. Currently has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 3.8 on IMDb, and a 1.4 on Letterboxd. Oscar, sum this bad boy up. Or bad girl, should I say. Wayo!
A girl named Rachel Newman has developed a taste for murder and will stop at nothing to become a college professor's assistant. Oh,
That's what we got?
I can say more, but
It's Mean Girls meets Election meets American Psycho.
I don't think it even meets American Psycho.
It's in the title.
It's in the title, so it has to. The original director and the author of the book have publicly denounced this as canon.
Of course you have.
So, before we jump into the film, should we look back on what we thought? Who would watch this?
Yeah, we will. I mean, it's my fucking line. But
Oh, no, sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't care.
You don't care? Good.
Alright, Oscar. American Psycho 2, All American Woman.
You a fan of the
girl?
first American Psycho?
I am. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember very much liking it.
I saw it pretty recently. I adore it. I think it's so funny. I think it's such a good comedy.
And Christian Bale's great.
His body, and it's a great
Those crunches. Ugh.
My God, because it's like there's like so many like those Marvel films and all stuff. They look like perfect, but in this film, he has to look perfect, and it kind of works so well that he's disgustingly perfect.
I love the stuff with when he's ashamed of his business card.
God.
Or somebody having a better
Him gritting his teeth to the nerdy kid Paul Allen has a better business card than I.
Embroidered with gold.
So yeah, American Psycho 2. This is the sequel. What do we think?
Well, I've never seen it. I don't know pretty much anything on it, but I can only assume it's a giant departure through it just having awful reviews.
Yeah.
It's weird though, because the first one's a pretty black comedy, with a very smart and ambiguity to it.
Yeah, and a bit of a satire of the 80s culture.
It's saying something.
It is.
I can only assume that this is going to ride the fine line of saying something, doing something important, having a lot of money behind it.
Yeah, I think so. I think. What do we reckon the plot's going to be?
I assume it's going to be exactly the same.
Yeah, I thought his daughter got into finance or something, and she's kind of just following through with it, just kind of beat by beat. Is that maybe why it's so shit? It's just done poorly.
How long after is it? Do you know?
How many? I'm not sure.
Years after the first one.
I don't. Oh, how many?
Is it made? Is it made 2 years after?
No, it's 2006, I think, and the first one's 1999, I think.
Okay, so there's a bit of a delay.
Yeah, a bit of 7 years.
Yeah. I wonder why Christian Bale didn't want to come back.
I guess we'll find out. I'm pretty excited. Do we have anyone that you think would watch this before watching it?
Oh god. I feel it's for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna double down with you as well. I think this is gonna be a great continuation of the story, and I don't think it's gonna ruin the first one. I think it might even elevate the entire canon of it.
We know it's terrible.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I actually kind of know the DVD cover from it being at the local video store when I was young, and you just rented shit.
Yeah.
So I feel it's for me when I was young and I just rented shit.
Nice.
So
perfect.
It kind of looks a bit like Urban Legends. You ever seen that?
Oh, I thought you meant just in general Urban Legends.
This movie's an urban legend to us.
wrong were we, Carl? If you told me what's happening in this film...
I was not aware that this was all going to take place on campus. It's basically like a college movie. Like, it's like a frat house film. It's like National Lampoon's American Psycho 2.
But you've seen Election, haven't you?
Yeah.
I love Election. It's Election meet Desperate Housewives. I'm all for it.
It is. It's definitely Election in the way that the narration doesn't shut the fuck up.
You're a coward. Election's great.
Oh, too much narration.
So good.
I love that Election's like, there's not only going to be lots of narration, everyone's going to narrate. I was like, ugh.
Oh, how dare you? Election's so good.
I like it.
I think it's fantastic.
I find that just them constantly explaining everything about everyone instead of just like showing it.
Nah.
Gritting. And they do it in this when she's like, oh, it's a bit cliche, huh? And I'm like, you're not clever for pointing out that it's cliche.
But
you're just doing the cliche.
That works. You get maybe one of those. Even then, it's a bit of a part. She does it 3 times in this film. She goes to the camera. It's pretty cliche, huh?
Oh my god. This is the first time I've ever seen a movie that I went, was there supposed to be a laugh track? Because there's so many gags of her just being like, you smell, and pushing away like a dead body and stuff like that. And like her pausing for what you think would be like...
Did that 70s show have a laugh track?
Yeah.
Because she'd just come off of that. Maybe she was just like...
She's used to it?
What the fuck do you mean there's not a laugh track?
Where's the live studio audience? What's this filmed in front of? Just a live view.
Just negging the director. What, you gonna laugh? I've used to have 100. Well, let's jump into this film.
Oh god. So, and you're just like, God, it sounds like Meg. You're like, it's just Meg narrating.
I feel so sorry for Mila Kunis.
Oh.
I feel like, I think she said it somewhere that so many people just come like, going, shut up, Meg. That must hurt you. Just like, oh god, I'm so...
There's like an episode of Family Guy where they travel back in time to the pilot episode, and it's like the new animation intertwining with the old, and it's like the original person that voices Meg. And they're just like, why is her voice different? What happened to her? And Stewie being like, I don't know. It sounds like she's probably going to make a giant career mistake. Imagine leaving Family Guy. Like a show that's still on the air after like 15 years.
I mean, I guess if you did something else, but it's a bit of a commitment. Like Seth MacFarlane seems tired.
He's always tired.
He's just so tired.
I know, and in between it all, he's making movies and starring in another television show.
Yeah, do you think he's kind of like Matt Groening did? Kind of like stepped a bit away?
I assume he only rocks up to record his lines very quickly and gets out of there.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think he would have anything to do with the writing stuff anymore.
Fair enough. But let's get into this. How does this film start?
Young Mila Kunis is with her babysitter?
Yes. The babysitter is tied up.
Yep.
Because the babysitter has invited Patrick Bateman over for a date while they're babysitting.
Dumb. Why would you invite somebody over while you're babysitting?
Dumb.
Also, he's not the right age for her, is she?
What do you mean?
Like, how old's Patrick Bateman?
He's about 26 in the film.
Oh, maybe.
Speaking of weird babysitters, I once had a babysitter that, one, brushed her teeth at my house, and then also had a clarinet lesson of another student while I was getting babysat.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unsettling.
I told my mum that, and she was like, we're not going to hire her again.
Brushed her teeth?
Yeah. She was just like, we're at, like, watching TV. She's like, I gotta brush my teeth. And she just pulled out a toothbrush and toothpaste. Very upsetting. Anyway, Mila Kunis...
Sounds like she parasited you.
I think she may
She's
have.
like, I live here now.
We did have a basement, but I don't know, it didn't get used. We were very wealthy. Mila Kunis kills Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, and the babysitter?
I think Patrick Bateman's killed her, the babysitter.
Did Patrick Bateman not realise she was there, or was she also tied up?
I think she was tied up, and I think she got out somehow.
But okay, so this is why it ruins the first movie, because they go... Definitely, he did the murders.
Oh yeah, this film pretty much goes Patrick Bateman kill, and that's like a great part of the first film. It's like, is it in his imagination?
Yeah.
Is this like, is he in like a psychosis? Did he actually kill those people? Which murders are real? It's very clever. This one went, nope, they're all real.
Yep,
he
they're all
definitely
real.
did that. Remember the end, how he goes around killing cops and the dogs?
Yeah.
That's canon.
Yeah.
That happened.
And then, because they're like, he's the most famous serial killer of all time now. And then on top of that, he's killed by a little girl. So he's also denounced as being a dumb fucking idiot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because he didn't know to turn around or just push her away.
Which is weird because Christian Bale was actually there. He was
he was like, I'll come back, but I want my face away from the camera. I imagine he couldn't come back because he was too fat to play something else. He's like, I don't have time to lose all that weight.
It's 2006. What was he doing? Oh, Batman.
Yeah, he's like, I've gained too much muscle. Yeah. And then I've got to lose it again for the machinist. We don't have time for this.
Mila Kunis is voiceovering for the whole thing. She's like, I was a young little kid. Once I killed that murder, I really got a taste for murdering.
I know, she's like, and then my dream became to kill killers. It's like, ugh.
I'm like Robin Hood in that way. I kill people before they get killed.
Right. She's like, I guess I'm a fucking hero if you want to lay it down.
Which I was like, oh, maybe that's like, she's like a Dexter, but that goes out the window so quickly.
It flat out has Dexter music in it.
It has Desperate Housewives music, which I'm a big fan. Yeah, I don't know if you are.
I've never seen it. I've only seen the somethings in the pudding bit.
Oh, that's a good bit.
Which is a great bit.
Yeah.
What is it? The details in the pudding or something? I don't know, when she like calls the...
Oh god, season 5, like episode 16, pretty much, Bree is like a cook. She's like a professional chef. Someone on the street's been murdered, and it's her assistant, and I think they've hidden the gun in the pudding, and she pulls out the gun in the pudding. She's like, proof's in the pudding. God, great show.
Oh, terrific show.
Because
I've seen that once.
It only goes downhill. The second it starts, it just starts nosediving until literally a plane does nosedive into the street.
Is the first season supposed to be quite good, isn't it?
The first season's actually pretty good.
It's like those weird... It's like, I think Grey's Anatomy is such a different show than what it starts as.
Yeah.
So it's weird how many of these shows kind of descended into soap opera when they kind of started out trying to...
It's like a clever first season, because, God, there's like so the main protagonist, the narrator for the whole thing's murdered. Yeah. And it's kind of figuring out who did it. It's very clever.
When do they answer that? At the end, or is that cleared up?
They clear it up, I think, first season.
Oh, that's good.
And then that person who got arrested, another person moved into that house who also has like a person in the basement, and it just kind of spirals from there.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
Love it.
It's a great 8 seasons. I think it's better than Grey's Anatomy.
How many seasons are there of it?
8.
Really?
There's like 24 episodes of it.
Wow, I actually thought it was short.
No, it keeps... I mean, it definitely dips. I remember like 4th season, it kind of dipped. It's still fun though.
Mm.
Anyway, we're still talking about Desperate.
Anyway, so Mila Kunis catches a frisbee. And then it's like, so in the short amount of time, her narration's being like, I'm like Robin Hood. She catches a frisbee, she's on campus, and then we meet William Shatner, and then she voiceovers all of the characters she's going to kill. And I was like, this is a comedy. This is literally a TV comedy.
Yeah, it's that kind of cheeky, because like the murders have this like dum 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 music around them. So she introduces William Shatner, who's the professor. Now she wants to get into his program.
She wants to be a teacher's assistant.
Because most of the people that become teacher's assistants get to work for the CIA. Yeah. That's everyone's goal in this class. So she's got her best friend, who's fucking William Shatner. Yeah. Who's in the running. She hates her. Yeah. They've got this dumb rich jock. Yeah. Who's also in the running. And then they have this like smart, nerdy, like black character who's also in the running. So these are the 3 people she has to beat out to become the teacher's assistant.
So first off, she tries to apply, and like somebody in the office knocks her back.
Yeah.
And and so immediately she's like, cool, I'm just gonna kill you then.
Yeah.
So, and it has this weird scene where she goes into her home, picks up the cat, puts the cat in a microwave, walks away, she comes over, easily takes the cat out, and then she just gets killed. Yes. Why didn't you just kill her? Why'd you put the cat in the microwave?
Now, here's the thing, Carl, and I think where the film's very clever. Is this Mila Kunis, or is it the dumb jock? Because before that, the dumb jock is like, oh, I hate you so much, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna bash your head in. Yeah. And then she gets her head bashed in.
Do we think he...
No!
No?
It's her.
It is her?
Yeah, don't you think?
I thought it was him.
Based on what?
That he said he's gonna bash her. And he had the jumper. Again, it doesn't really matter. I just don't... Because that's what I thought. I thought he killed this teacher.
I think it's got to be her. Because
Alright,
they never fucking clear up the fact
They
that...
never clear it up. So that's a... I mean, it's not like it's a deep film with like, ooh, who did it? It's just a confusing
The
mess.
movie might have been wanting to play with that.
Yeah.
But never really did.
Committed to it? Like,
No. Because I was thinking the same thing, and then I was like... But when he died, it was just kind of like, well, then she... Because she's wearing the same cloak when she kills him.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so it has to be...
Her.
Her.
I mean, it doesn't matter, because then she goes on to kill more.
She has the biggest kill count.
Yeah.
Nobody notices how many people are getting killed.
This is upsetting. Alright, so let's...
It's weird too, because she says, I have a dream to only kill serial killers, and immediately starts killing innocent people.
So many innocent
like,
people.
at the drop of a hat is like, oh, can I not get what I want? You're dead.
You're dead. I've got to go. She's constantly going on about how she has, like this perfect, precise plan. Like an election. Like, the main person in an election has, like, Tracy Flick, I think her name is.
Mm.
She's like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and do this, I'm become president.
Yeah.
It's like that, but serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she just kills her. But then she's like, alright, I've killed this person, let's try and get rid of some of these people. The first 40 minutes, I think, is just getting rid of these 3 people.
I know, it's wild. She goes on a date with the jock.
Yes.
And then he's like, I'm gonna blackmail you. And then they're kind of like in an indie rom-com for a moment.
Yeah, they're in love.
Then they go to fuck. She goes to get a condom. He stays and is on the bed and it touches something and it's like, is this a piss sheet?
Yeah. Mila Kunis, did you piss the bed?
What a turn! Immediately, as crazy, he doesn't leave. He's like, she regularly pisses herself? Oh.
I guess
because there's a
so.
stench too.
Yeah.
He must just be like, oh, is she just shitting and pissing herself all the time?
I'm gonna fuck, but I'm not proud of myself.
Oh god, I would have loved it if he was like, oh, a piss sheet, and then just let it loose.
Thank God, I've been waiting for so long.
Thank God.
His cock out, he's just pissing all over the bed.
He's like, God, I love that you put this piss sheet here. She goes to kill him, and then is then like, oh, gross. I have standards. Why would I kill you when I know what you do to yourself?
How does she kill this boy? Because I don't think the piss sheet really comes into play, because she just grabs the condom, strangles him with it.
I like it. She grabs the condom, strangles him, and then I can only assume does a thick piss.
She gets on top of him, squats over him, and just goes to town on this boy.
Can you imagine? There's a killer on campus. She's been pissing on all the victims.
It's a calling card. She leaves so much DNA and shit all over the bodies.
It's the same piss that was left on Patrick Norman or whatever it was.
It's like the snowman, but piss.
Good job.
There's yellow
There's been piss
snow.
left at every crime scene. So the detective reaches down, touches it, licks it. It's the same killer. And she's been having a lot of asparagus to the store.
To buy asparagus for the murder.
He licks it once and is like, I'm gonna have to try again.
Gets on all fours, laps it up.
Scoops it into a glass. We're gonna take this on the road, Brody. To the store.
Oh. Before we talk about this, they go on the date. There is the most nervous waiter.
Oh my god, the waiter comes back into it, and he is. Do you reckon he was important? Like, in an earlier version?
I don't think he was an actor. I don't think they went to the restaurant to film. They went, fuck, we haven't got a waiter. Hey, boy, come over here. And he's like, yes. And he's like, you're going to be in the film.
I reckon he haunts this movie. Like, I reckon they went to go and edit it and just be like, who the fuck's that? Did we cast that person? And they were like, no. And they were like, I don't even remember having a waiter in this scene. Who's he interacting with? And like, an actor's just like, I don't even remember interacting with him. Why is he being weird about giving me that drink?
I felt a chill on my back the whole time. Maybe that was a ghost.
Chilling. Because there's a part where he awkwardly goes to hand somebody a drink and then sits it down, and then there's like a close-up on him and he's like, sorry.
Yeah, but he's like weirdly nervous for no reason. And I think the other actors are like, you can leave now, the scene.
It's almost like the actual interaction of a waiter. Like, the director was like, I just want to capture what it's like to wait in America.
It's like a really, like, independent film. We hired real like, life people to really capture that moment.
Yeah, it's like Nomadland.
Yeah.
They were like, we've got real nomads. We've got real nomads in American Psycho 2. All-American nomad.
Bracket, a nomad girl.
Oh, she mad or rat?
Alright, so... First one down,
Yeah,
John.
the banjo plays. It's like ding da ding da ding
Oh,
da ding ding.
there is an entire cowboy orchestra in the cupboard
Yeah.
as it gets murdered. It's like doom, ba down, bow.
I love it. She kills him and then it's just like, ugh, I guess you're the only one getting laid tonight or something. Pauses for the laugh track. Continues on.
All right,
There's like a like.
All right, no laughter. I guess I'll just go.
It's like she's waiting. She's like, come on, one of the PAs should at least laugh. Somebody fucking laugh. I've got so many goddamn gags. All right, get me fucking Matthew Perry to redo
Nobody
this.
lets me make the jokes in the 70s show. I'm going rogue, but my confidence is failing quickly.
Do you realise how much of a diva Ashton Kutcher is? He won't give me a single gag.
The ranch is too funny.
Oh. So
Alright.
then she like goes and sees a therapist?
Yes, so this therapist is, I guess, our like secondary character.
Yeah, which really threw me because I was like, well, clearly her and William Shatner are going to be the main two.
Yeah.
I'm convinced William Shatner halfway through the movie went, I don't want to be here anymore. And they were like, I don't know what we can do. And he's like, I don't care. I am leaving. Or I'm going to pretend to be asleep in a car for the rest of the film.
You do what you want. You can paint my body with whatever you want. Condiments, whatever. I'm going to lie here and have a nap.
I will stay, but you have to get me a canister of morphine. And just knock me out. You can do whatever you want to me, but I need to be knocked out.
My body is willing, but my brain, it's off. You can do whatever you want to my
William,
porpoise body.
William, can you stay and be the laugh track? No. I want to be knocked out or not here at all.
Alright, so.
So then she goes on a long run.
Yeah, there's this
a long running scene.
There's so much running scenes that keeps like it's got like a crossfade to each one. There's this scene where she goes down to this lake, but it's like it's quite a big hill,
steep, and they slow mo it.
But she's like almost falls down the hill. Yeah. It's like fucking hell. She then sits at this lake that has a fridge in it. Technically this comes back, but why is there a fridge in the? She throws like a beer bottle at the fridge.
I think is the idea that she hides in the fridge.
She hides in the fridge? That's her home?
You reckon when the car crashes.
Oh.
They don't explain or anything, but that's the only connection I can have is that...
What lazy writing.
They literally fridge her.
Put her on ice.
My favourite thing, though, is this is such a long running sequence. Yeah. Immediately in the next scene, she's like, sorry, I'm late. I lost time running.
Like, she knew, like we've done 4 days of running scenes?
She's like, I'm actually so tired. Like, I cannot come in.
I'm going to chew a William in the car. And get some morphine in me. See me in a week.
Most of this budget went to morphine.
Oh, okay, yeah. So she goes to a therapist. And the therapist is like... I don't know why she goes to a therapist. Do we know?
No, because then this is a whole subplot I missed.
Yeah.
And it didn't occur to me until they start explaining it at the end. But she assumes the name of like 3 different people.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either.
Yeah. So William Shatner thinks she's one person.
Yeah.
The therapist thinks she's one person. And then her parents think she's one person.
Yeah. Which sounds like a clever twist.
And it culminates in like a... Mrs. Doubtfire-like sequence where she has to pretend to be all of them.
She's got one wig on, the wrong jacket on. She's got like breasts and no makeup. She's like, oh no, I'm the murderer. No, I'm your student.
She must have kept on reading the daily scripts that they give her and just being like, and you're sure it's not a comedy? You're sure there's not a laugh track? I'm telling you, if you put a fucking laugh track in...
I'll laugh. I'll do the laugh for you.
I'll do it too. It can be filmed in front of a live studio Mila Kunis. Her just being like, well, I guess he saw stars. Ha ha ha! Woo, and you're attractive too, Mila. Look at you go. You're a star.
Oh my God. You should be in a Family Guy.
Woo. You're going to be snubbed an award for Black Swan.
She was.
Which is great in Black Swan. So this, she starts, like, invading her... She goes to this party where the other girl is, the one that's sleeping with William Shatner,
yes,
right?
so this is the second victim.
Yep.
They're friends?
Kind of?
I don't know.
They're really into trying to work out if... So, she's obsessed of whether Mila Kunis fucked that guy.
Yeah.
She's like, you guys fuck? Just tell me if you guys fucked. You came and got a condom from me, so you guys must have fucked. Where is she disposing these bodies?
That is what I thought.
Nobody notices he's gone.
Because, the body count. So, no one notices the jock has died, I think, for the whole film. There's the third character that straight up gets murdered in a library.
I know. It's my favorite part is the... Jumping ahead a little bit, but just at the end of the movie, when the cops are like, yeah, there's been like 30 missing persons this semester. Weird, huh? And the therapist is like, hang on a minute.
Why was no one investigating this? Well, we didn't want to.
He's like, well, we tried, but she was there.
Yeah, she was there. Anyway, we go to this party, and the what's her name? I don't know what her name is. Her name's just kind of girl who's fucking William Shatner.
Let's call her Jessica.
Jessica is fucking William Shatner. They're planning to go to a secret cabin to get away during spring break.
And this is the identity that she assumes for the therapist.
Yes.
So, in the next scene when William Shatner goes to have sex with her, he finds her hanging.
Yes.
With a note that says, he didn't love me enough.
Yeah, because Mila Kunis does this thing. They're chatting in like their dorm room, and they're just having like a backwards and forwards, shot to shot to shot. Then Mila Kunis goes to hug her, and then it's revealed she's like hanged herself.
Yeah.
Bad.
Why does he then wipes his fingerprints off everything?
Oh yeah, William Shatner is
Why does he steal the tape?
I think because it's his voice recording, like it's him calling her. But I'm gonna say right now, I think William Shatner went method for this. That man looked like he knew how to clean up a crime scene too well. He knew all the things. The director didn't give him any cues. I think William Shatner's killed.
Oh, I think he killed JFK.
Yeah, where was he? Filming Star Trek? Fuck off.
He was on a grassy knoll. Yeah, so then he like calls up his shrink, who is the shrink that's been seeing all of the girls.
Yes, so this therapist, let's really jump
confusing.
Into this. So this therapist is like the school counselor. He talks to Mila Kunis and evaluates her. I'm not sure why they had this session, but anyway, Mila Kunis pretty much gives out all her information. She's like, I want to do this. I want to be the CIA agent person. Also, I'm insane. And the therapist is like, wow, that's crazy. Are you familiar with, like, a therapist can't tell anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does he immediately do?
He tells everybody.
He tells everyone. He calls William Shatner, goes, this girl is cray-cray in your class. I'm not going to tell you who. It's a girl. She's crazy in your class. Don't. And that's all I'll tell you.
I love it. He, like, calls in his assistant and is like, Mary, come in here. The fuck was up with her? Right?
What? You're laying anybody in this office now? Oh my god.
He's like, I help troubled people. Not that troubled. Alright? Did you hear what was... And she was like, yeah, I was on speakerphone the entire time. Fucked up, right?
What was up with that piss sheet? A piss sheet?
I know. Did you hear when she said she pissed on people she killed? What am I meant to do with that information?
I told my girlfriends, but hey.
Oh god. So then, Mila
Kunis then goes to class, and I love this shot because two of the kids she's killed are just not there in the class. No one cares.
Yeah, nobody's like, where's my best friend Billy? Like, because it's when, here's the thing.
Yeah.
If my friends weren't going to class at uni, I didn't fucking go. We would all just be like, hey, you going to the lecture today? And somebody'd be like, no. And I'd be like, cool, I'm not going. So if I messaged and went, hey, are we all going to the lecture? And somebody didn't reply, immediately I'd be like, oh, well, he's been killed.
Yeah,
he's been killed and pissed off.
He's been murdered by one of my other classmates.
Absolutely.
It happened at your uni, didn't it?
Sorry? Oh, it happened all the time.
Yeah.
I came this close. This close.
You narrowly avoided that.
I've actually, ever since watching this movie, I've checked every bed for a piss sheet. Just to make sure I'm in the clear.
If I get pissed on again, I'm going to be ticked off.
I did it once in Thailand, never again.
All right.
What
Just real quickly, what class is William Shatner teaching? He's just written on the board nicknames.
He's like, hey, let's reinvent Ted Bundy. I'm gonna call him Teddy. What does anybody else want to call him? Bundyberg? I like that.
That's fun.
Old Mate Bundy? Alright, I'll put that one up too.
TB? Ooh. Love it.
What about...
They just have facts about serial killers. It's not
They
really
do.
anything, like, educational, like...
Did Ted Bundy love a knife? Yes, he did. Let's put knife up on the board.
Big knife and bubble writing.
I'm surprised he doesn't just do like, Hangman, and it's like, what serial killer am I thinking of? Oh, nah, you missed it. That's a head.
That's the woman he murdered?
Guys, think vowels. Vowels.
Come on, your classics. A-E-I-O-U. Come on, guys. Throw a Y in
Somebody's
there.
like, oh, T, and he's like, very good. That's a high distinction for you with that T. 2 T's in the word. Look at you go.
William. So we're in the class.
So William Shatner's having like a breakdown, basically, because this girl that he loved, that he's cheating on his wife with, is dead.
Yeah.
So then somebody comes in and is like, cool, we're just not going to have a TA position now.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck you, Mila Kunis. You've done it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect was going to happen? I don't think she's smart.
I don't think she is.
She doesn't make any smart decisions.
Well, because they talk about this in serial killers. They were like, hey, most serial killers are actually pretty, like, dumb. They just get away with it because cops don't really, like, notice it.
Because cops are just a tiny bit dumber.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, no, she's insanely stupid. She, like, murders, doesn't cover her tracks, and she's like, well, I'll get into the CIA, no problem. Anyway, William Shatner's a pervert. Can we just talk about that quite a bit?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, he's a big perv. I think he is the worst. Like, I think everyone in the class knows he's sleeping with a student, right?
Yeah.
Don't know why.
And everyone in the class wants to sleep with him?
Yeah.
Like, we find out that, so she goes to confront him and is like, I want it. Give it to me.
Yeah, he's like broken. He's got like a bottle of like whiskey.
I love it. And it's when he gets the most William Shatner-y, and I love William Shatner being like, where'd you get that? And the dress? Don't fuck with me! Like... And that's where we find out that Clara was in Bateman's apartment. It all ties together.
Oh my god, yeah. So Mila Kunis goes to William Shatner just like, you idiot. Okay, let's get this right. So William Shatner had a wife who was the babysitter?
No.
So William Shatner had a wife.
Yep.
He was dating another girl, Clara, who was Mila Kunis' babysitter.
Yes.
Clara was cheating on him with Patrick Bateman.
Yes.
Patrick Bateman kills her.
Yes.
Mila Kunis kills Patrick Bateman.
Yes.
William Shatner feels super guilty because
she was investigating.
Yes,
she was and that's why she invited him around.
Yeah,
because she was actually investigating him.
Yeah, and William Shatner was also...
Why was somebody who works for the CIA babysitting and goes, this will be the time to invite somebody I suspect to be a serial killer around?
I know what I'll do. I won't bring up any backup. I won't have anything. I'll just do it and let him do whatever he wants to me. Crazy.
And yeah, wild. So this is like should we talk about this? So there's only 2 scenes that acknowledge Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
Right? Why is this?
Why is this?
Yeah.
Well, because I don't think Christian Bale... He was in the film. Definitely was in the film. He was in the film.
No. I mean, because the script didn't actually have any ties to it.
Sorry, yes. This film wasn't meant to be an American Psycho 2. It was called, I think, A Girl Who Kills or something like that. And it just was like kind of like...
couldn't die or something
Yeah,
like
something like that. But like it was like very much like election serial killery.
Yeah.
Kind of that sort of thing. And the studio, they had this script written like, I think like same year as American Psycho. And they were just cycling through to find something. And they were like, oh, I think they just took in keywords like murder and like girl. Yeah. They found it and went, that can be American Psycho 2.
Yeah, they found what I can only assume is a 30-minute sitcom script.
Mila Kunis
Mila Kunis was already attached to. And they went, this could be a sequel to like a 90s classic.
I think so. I mean, how are we going to pad it out? We got that running montage of Mila running. We could throw that in.
It's all the dead silence for Mila Kunis waiting for a laugh track to kick in. That's how you pad it out.
Yeah, edit it out. It's only like 23 minutes.
So after confronting William Shatner, she blows him a kiss.
Yeah.
He falls out the window and she goes, hope you have a safe trip. And then stands there and is like, okay, where's the laugh track? Turns around, the cleaner's there, and she's like, oops, Cuts to the cleaner's dead now.
Yeah.
She's been able to put William Shatner's huge body in the car, even though she's very small and petite.
Yeah, so that she's murdered the cleaner. She's shoved a broom up his face and left him in a bin.
Yeah.
And she's gone, all right, let's go drive.
So far, she's killed 3 students, a cleaner, and a teacher. And
Oh, sorry, we didn't talk about the third student. We'll talk about it in one sentence. She goes to the library. She sees that he's also a serial killer. She then just stabs him in the back.
Yep.
That's it.
Smart. And then leaves him there to
Leaves
be
him
found,
there.
and nobody notices.
No
and then
one
she also killed that woman at the beginning. She's killed 6 people in 50 minutes in what seems to be a span over a weekend. If she's not running to the trash, pissing, she's killing.
Where's my piss sheet? I gotta kill!
Oh god. So this is what confuses me. Is this her plan all along? Or is this her pivoting because the teacher's assistant thing fell through?
Oh, I think... Okay, it must... Okay, you're probably right. I think her plan wasn't for the teacher's position to get taken away. Because there's like the shot of her thinking in the classroom while everyone leaves for like 2 minutes. But yeah, so I think she's pivoting. But I do think her plan... Other than that little hitch, she's done everything perfectly in her mind. Can't believe it works, but it does.
But then we got a spanner in the works. Oh, wait, sorry. Then she kills another person who has a torch?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's driving to William Shatner's house.
Yeah.
The police guard, like, outside's like, hey, what you doing? Shouldn't be speeding.
She drives past him.
Yeah.
Could have gotten away with it without killing him, and is like, I'm going to reverse and kill him.
She then goes, you know what I should do? I'm on the run. I've got limited time. I'm going to put him in his little booth, staple his hand to the wall so it looks like he's waving.
Looks like he's hailing Hitler.
Yeah.
He's like, hail.
Mila's got a dark sense of comedy. That's what the first one had.
I know, right?
Should we talk about what the first one they've taken from the first one? Because just throughout there's so much voiceover.
So much.
There's, I guess, a dark sense of comedy.
Yeah, it's pretty broad comedy. It's like if she's picking up a body, she farts, and she's like, oh, I hope I haven't sharted.
William sharted.
Yeah, William's bloated corpse keeps farting, and she's like, oh no, rolling him like Violet Beauregard. Just all the gases releasing.
Oh, I should have had a whole rug of piss sheets for this guy. Oh my god, okay.
So then, here's the spanner in the works. Her parents pop up.
Yeah.
And it has one of my favorite lines. Have you booked dinner yet? Yeah, I have. It's not Italian, is it? You know how your dad finds Italian food too spicy?
Well, like creamy carbonara. No way for me. That's spicy heaven. What about French? Perfect. I feel like French is spicier, right?
Sorry? Yeah, but also, French has pasta, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think both cuisines are pretty, like, spiceless.
Oh, God. So then, and her parents are just like, God, it smells like shit. It smells like a rotting corpse in here. And she, like, does a side glance to the camera like, oh, no.
What my parents think? I'm gonna have to say some silly things. I've got a boyfriend, Dad.
Yeah. What? I love when they're sitting at dinner and she's like, God, my mum's annoying. And the mum's like, where's my steak knife? Genuinely a funny bit. Like,
it is. She
just
goes...
her twirling the steak knife, being like, do I kill my mum? Where'd that steak knife go?
She is. She's so angsty. She's like, oh, I fucking hate my parents. I should murder them.
So then she accidentally bumps into the shrink.
Yes.
And the shrink puts it all together.
Yeah, so the shrink's somehow figured it out.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my god, she's the murderer. I've got to stop her. Because he calls her a different name. Yeah. And the parents are like, that wasn't our daughter's name.
And he's like, wait a minute. And she comes over and she's like, I love your hat. I'd fucking kill for that hat.
to the like therapist mothers.
Yeah. I would literally stab you and gut you for that hat.
Want to come back to mine? I've got a gorgeous little piss sheet you can rest your little head on.
I've got a piss sheet with your name written on it.
In piss. Alright.
So then she's now like hilariously starts talking to all the corpses.
Yes.
Because it turned out she's she's killed another person earlier to steal their identity because they're an orphan, and everyone just went along with it.
So she enrolls at uni with this fake name. The cops, the therapist is chatting to the cops. He's like, "Are there any missing people?" And they're like, "Yeah, we've got 40. This is the first one." The cop, it's a flashback. I don't know if we don't know much about missing persons, what the procedure is, but it can't be this easy.
They're the type of cops that's like, I'd like to file a missing persons case, and they're only classified as missing if they've been gone for a year. Like, not lifting a finger until 365 days have passed.
Clicked over. So they go...
and then we can just label them dead.
We're not looking. So the cops go to the missing person's room. Mila Kunis is there. They go, "Hey, are you this person?" Like, pretty much hold up a picture of her. Yeah. And she goes, "Yep, that's me." They go, "Well, case closed."
So then they start chasing her because she's got all the corpses in her car. Yeah. Right? And they're like she's trying to run them off the road. I'm like, what's your plan now? You're not doing smart decisions. Also, why has nobody seen any of the corpses? The cops drive by multiple corpses on the way there. They're like, oh, look, there's the security guard waving at me.
He's alive, I could tell. There's the funniest scene I think I've ever seen. So the cops get her, they pull her over, and they go, "All right, we've got you." And then she just drives off.
I love it.
And the cops are baffled. Like, what the fuck did she just do?
This has never happened before. People usually see us as authority figures. Oh god. So then they find William Shatner, sitting slumped over, and they're like, "William Shatner's dead." Then she drives a car, smashes through William Shatner. Yeah. Goes down into where the fridge is, and has the most cartoonish explosion I've ever seen.
Everything blows up. Yeah. That's it.
That's like the ending. And then it's like, 3 years later.
Okay, so, 3 years later. So...
This floored me. So the shrink has a book.
Yes.
And he's talking about the book. Yeah. Did he always have an accent?
He did, didn't he? He was just like, "Well, this is my book I've written, and I believe it really captures the serial killer's essence."
I was like, oh, if I cared enough, I'd rewind to see whether he had an accent. The entire
Never rewinded these films. Anyway, so Mila Kunis then goes up to get her book signed.
Yeah, who didn't see this coming?
Disgusting. I think her picture's on the book. And she's wearing some glasses, and she's like, "Hey,
She's the most famous serial killer now, and she's walking around a police academy. Yeah. And nobody's like, hey, when you don't have your glasses on, you look like a serial killer.
The most famous one of your age.
Whose body we never found. They cut to how she got away with it. She's in a hoodie. A policeman looks at her. She just steps to the side.
But they're in like a lake and a bush. No one else is around.
It's not even a bush. It's like a dead shrubbery. There's not even leaves on it. She might as well be hiding behind a stick.
Like, they've got me. It's like, who's that hooded figure? I can't tell by the face. Let her go. She's part of the CIA. She got into the job of the CIA.
Yeah, and now she's like high up in it. They're like, it's the first person in the first year to get the thing. And then she looks at the screen and winks.
I think she genuinely does, yeah.
And she's like, where's your laugh track now? Wink.
I think the biggest plot twist of this whole film, because it's ended now. Yeah. It finishes with directed by Michael. Sorry, it finishes with directed by Morgan Freeman.
They basically do the thing where it's like directed by Morgan Freeman, and then they like just put a J in, and they're like, not that one.
Mila Kunis comes up in a pin circle, wink.
She might as well have come up at the end in a circle, going, "That's all, folks."
All right, Carl. Who would watch American Psycho 2?
If you love Meg's voice and you want to hear it for about 80 minutes over the top of stupid shit happening, this is for you. Now, this is like the perfect campy horror action film.
I get the reviews being
it's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
We're not denouncing the fact that it is genuinely a horrible movie.
But I think because of the title, people get a bit pissy because the first one's so like such a great film, they go, it's ruining this one. But I think standing alone, this, like, who would watch this? I think it's a great, like, campy murder thing. I think, honestly, the name itself detracts from the film. I think if it was left a bit more alone, it could be a bit more... Like, it wouldn't have the weird subplots with Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, I think the charm of the movie is it's a cheap direct-to-DVD sequel.
Yeah.
That doesn't have any real connection.
To the first one.
Yeah. Like, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You put...
Everyone's awful in it, and also, at the same time, great.
Yeah. I think William Shatner's giving a performance.
He's doing something.
He's doing a thing.
He's doing a thing.
Yeah, this is probably one of the better ones. I think this is an actual recommendation.
I didn't expect to enjoy it this much.
Yeah, I was pretty chuffed. I watched it pretty late, because we've been binging a couple of these.
Yeah.
But this was enjoyable. This is great fun.
Yeah, it's taxing, to say the least. But this was a nice little fresh bit of taxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
who would watch? Best one so far.
Who would watch this? Us.
Yeah, us.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a watch, honestly.
Yeah. We should have like a rating for when people should go out and watch it.
I think so. We need like, because what do we do?
I don't know. It's who would watch this? It's us.
Yeah, it's us.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
put that on the DVD box art.
Yeah, who would watch this? Us. Brackets. Oscar and Carl.
From
parentheses.
From who would watch this?
Who would watch this?
.com. We have a website now.
Another brackets. Email us.
brackets. End of bracket.
Yeah, this I think was a great recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Not very much to say. It's wacky. It's funky. Give it a watch.
Yeah.
Carl, what's your little palate cleanser though? Not that you need one for the first time. What was just a film you watched as well?
Saw Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh yeah, the new Disney animated one?
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has great action sequences, and they need to be showing that more. Like, terrific action sequences. It's so well done.
What's the sort of plot? 'Cause it's not like a Pixar thing.
No, it's not. I thought it was, like, really good, and it has, like, a good, like, the world building of it I thought was fun. Like, I was like, I'd watch more of this. Also, I think I've decided I prefer a water dragon to a winged fire-breathing dragon. I like the long ones.
Oh, like a Komodo dragon sort of thing.
Like the ones that are in this, I was like, I think they're my preferred dragon.
It's a weird preference to have. I don't think I have one.
Yeah. I know, I was like...
What, so this one's swimming? What's the plot? What's the plot?
Okay, so basically, there was like a disease going around this land. Basically all of the dragons sacrificed themselves to save all of the people, and all of the dragons got killed.
Yep.
Apart from one that kind of just disappeared.
Yep.
And then they were left with this like rock that kind of kept all of the diseases at bay. And then once everybody recouped, the all of the land became segregated, and they were all about just trying to survive themselves.
Yeah. So
it turned into like 5 different factions. And then one faction that was doing the best out of everyone was the one that owned the rock. So all of the factions want to be the one that steals that rock.
Yeah.
Out of the kindness of Raya's dad, the dad's like, I think we should become a community again, and invites them all over to like try and make peace.
Yep.
A big fight breaks out. The rock gets smashed. The disease comes back. It kills the dad, sort of thing, and then it just jumps to like 10 years later, and it's just the whole world is savaged, and she's looking for the last dragon to try and bring back the peace.
Yeah. And
to do so, she has to go to each individual faction because they've all got a little piece of this rock.
Yeah.
And try and put it back together. But there's like enemies trying to get her, and just like, oh, there's like lots of just like
nice,
cool like stuff in it.
What's it rated? Is it a bit violent, or is it?
Yeah, it's a bit violent. There's like a part where they do like a do you think you'll watch it?
Do you want to spoil it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd spoil it. Yeah.
All right. So at the end, they like it's like, oh well, the dragon's got to be the one that saves us all. So they get the dragon or whatever, and then the villain accidentally ends up killing the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So the dragon's dead,
Oh.
and all the hope is lost, sort of thing. And it sends Raya into such a rage, and they have such a like tense like sword fight sort of thing in this crumbling world. And I was like, I'm really into her seeking revenge right now. I was like into this. So yeah, I don't know. I was just like, oh, it like made me feel something.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, good to them.
Good then.
But I thought it was just a smart mechanic to go, this whole thing is about the last dragon, and to then kill the dragon before the third act, and it's up to them to try and salvage everything.
Yeah.
It's
It kind of
clever.
makes it, like they're not. It's just like, hey, here's the magical thing that's going to save it. It's like, no, you have to probably do it yourself.
You have to do it yourself. Like, yeah. You?
I watched The Day Trippers. Have you ever heard of this?
No, is Liev Schreiber in that
Yes,
one?
he is.
okay.
Yeah, it's like a mid '90s sort of like Sundancey kind of film.
Yeah.
Pretty much like Stanley Tucci and his wife, like
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci's in it. They're like all happy and stuff, and then the wife finds like a little note from Stanley Tucci. It's like, and apparently he's like having an affair. So the wife and her family, which are live. How do you pronounce his name?
Schreiber.
Yeah, all go on like a bit of a car chase to try and find out what he's doing, if he's having an affair, and it's kind of like a Little Miss Sunshine sort of vibe. It's nice. It's just a bit. I don't know. It's a bit before its time. It feels like it just feels a bit slow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I liked it, but it's just a bit.
Yeah. Is it not fulfilling?
It is. It ends very abruptly, and it's very just sort of like not mumblecore, but it's just kind of like they go around New York and they talk to this person. This person has a thought, and then they go over to here. The ending's a very 90s thing. Do you want me to, I don't want to spoil it, but will you watch it?
No, I don't think I will.
Cool.
And, like, how big's your recommendation on it?
No, not that solid.
Okay, then no.
Stanley Tucci ends up being gay, and that's the ending, and that's how it ends.
Oh,
Yeah,
powerful.
powerful. It's definitely like of its time, I think, a little bit. It's quite cute, but not really for me.
Shame.
Shame.
Big shame.
Big shame. Preferred American Psycho to that. I think I'll remember that one more.
Oh, yeah. I think we'll all remember American Psycho. Where were you when you watched American Psycho 2? All American Girl.
And on that note, if you wanted to...
All right, Oscar. Next week, we're continuing our craze, going down the sequel train of Taken 2.
Very exciting. Have you seen Taken 1?
I've seen all the Takens.
You've seen all the Takens.
Seen all the Takens.
How's this one fare?
I think it's the worst of the three.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's good.
The third one, there is the 3.
That's clever.
I've never seen a movie do it before. It's
I
pretty
haven't
cool.
either.
So keen to get into that. Haven't done an action movie in a minute.
Yeah.
So
very
actually,
exciting.
no. When was Catwoman? No, that's not an action film.
No, it doesn't have action. If you don't want us to do that, if you want to bully us, you want to send us hate mail, or you want to send us love mail, don't get enough of that, email us at askwwwtpodcast@gmail.com.
You've gotten so good at doing the email.
I'm chuffed.
You're really good at it now.
I've actually written on this cardboard here, so I'm just a fraud. I'm a little fraud.
Who knew?
Not me. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.